I just got this idea on the fly to make this video, and I'm posting it on the same day I'm recording this, so wish me luck. I hope it goes well. So here's the thing, live events are a staple of the entertainment business. It comes to concerts, award shows like the Grammys and the Oscars, where we don't really need to talk about that.
G.I. Jane のジョークだったんです。
And a lot goes into the production process to make sure that it comes off without a hitch. And the benchmark by far of any live event that you will see is WrestleMania. And I'm not saying it just because I am a wrestling fan. WrestleMania for the longest time has been known as the showcase of the immortals, the Super Bowl of professional wrestling, the one event of the year that everyone tunes their eyes to see, even though they may not be wrestling fans. And this holds true for the most part. But where did WrestleMania really begin? I'm sure a lot of you know about the World Wrestling Federation, the WWF, as it was then known. And in 1985, its owner Vincent Kennedy McMahon came up with the idea for a pay-per-view show which with time would grow his business and ultimately the profits for his company. It was going to be called the Colossal Tussle. Those words came out of my mouth, I can't believe it. But thankfully, at that time, longtime announcer, the late great Howard Finkel, came up with the idea to call it WrestleMania rather than the Colossal Tussle. And thank God Vince listened. And in those days, wrestling promotions that existed were bound to certain geographical territories. Like there was the Jimmy Crockett promotions, which was for the South, and then WWF took New York, and that's where the first WrestleMania was held. And ever since then, it has gotten bigger and bigger each year, to the point where now we are having WrestleMania 2 nights back to back. Now, believe it or not, one WrestleMania was actually held in 3 separate locations at the same time. WrestleMania 2, which happened the year after the first event, happened at the Nassau Coliseum in Uniondale, New York, the now All-State Arena in Chicago, and the Los Angeles Memorial Sports Arena in California. And between these 3 events, about 40,000 people attended. Now, listen to this number, 1,800,626. That is the cumulative figure of people that have attended WrestleMania events over the years. Or at least that's what WWE wants you to believe, because WWE in the past has been proven to inflate the figures of people that have attended a WrestleMania event. So say 67,000 people attend one WrestleMania, they could inflate it to like 73, 74,000. You know, just the optics look good. It's a bit misleading, but it still doesn't take away from the fact that over 1 million people have attended this event throughout the years. Now, part of the reason why people want to tune into WrestleMania every single year is probably because of the celebrity involvement that you are almost guaranteed to get every single year. Because from the get-go, they always get a celebrity to perform America the Beautiful. It's been done twice by Miss Aretha Franklin, it's been done by John Legend, and last year it was done on night 2 by BB Rexha. But what if I told you that Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, Mr. T, Snoop Dogg, Donald Trump have all been a part of WrestleMania? That last one especially gets me. I still have memories of watching it as a child. I mean, seriously, think about this. What are the chances of getting a future president of the United States on this show, and especially to collect a stone cold stunner?
Hey! Austin's done the Donald! What? Stone Cold just stunned him! Good God Almighty!
And some of these celebrity appearances have not just been because of appearing, they've actually competed in the ring. Bad Bunny from last year by far had the best celebrity appearance in a match at WrestleMania. You guys should really watch that match. If you can, you'd be very impressed. But we've had Floyd Mayweather knock out The Big Show, which is just okay. We've had Shaquille O'Neal compete in a battle royal. We're about to have Logan Paul and Johnny Knoxville compete at this year's WrestleMania. So this is great and all, but what really makes WrestleMania from the wrestling perspective? Well, believe it or not, WrestleMania is actually planned about a year in advance. But then again, so much can happen in the course of the year. People can get injured, new acquisitions can be made, and generally the face of the product can change. But there is always a mold in place to make sure that certain things happen, especially when you are producing such a show on a huge scale like that. But a lot of it really kicks off with the Royal Rumble, which happens somewhere in late January. That is what is termed as the first stop on the road to WrestleMania, as it is marketed every single year. Even when there was that one year where clearly there were pirate ships, there was a road to a pirate ship, so I don't know how that works out. Generally, everyone looks forward to the Royal Rumble matches for the men and women on that night, with the winner getting a championship opportunity at WrestleMania. And 61% of the people that have competed in a Royal Rumble match with that implication have gone on to win at WrestleMania. That's just a little fun fact I decided to throw in there. And from there, it is progressive building of the stories that will play into the matches that will occur at the event. Now, I did mention WrestleMania becoming bigger and bigger over the years, and it's not just that event that used to happen on one night that has expanded to 2 nights. It's really a week-long thing when you look at it. There is WrestleMania Access, which utilizes a lot of the arenas that may be in a host city, where you can meet up with the wrestlers, get autograph signings, create a wrestler entrance and possibly emulate them. You have statue reveals, one which happened last night, which I'm really happy about. It was Undertaker's statue that got revealed. He's getting inducted into the Hall of Fame tonight, which is just, it's amazing. It's also one of the things that happens on WrestleMania weekend, the Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Over the years, we've seen so many performers come in and try to entertain us as best as they can, even with the sacrifice of their livelihood and in some cases their family life. And the Hall of Fame is really the crowning achievement. It's the end-all be-all of a professional wrestling career. It's one of the things that people really strive for in order to be termed as an elite talent. And then in about the last 9 years or so, with the expansion of social media, we have started getting the set reveal of WrestleMania for each year. WrestleMania is really a blown up version of what we see on WWE television every single week, and the set is probably one of the most anticipated things to look forward to heading into the event. They've had themes from theme parks. My favorite one was WrestleMania 33. The set construction for WrestleMania 33 actually cost about $5 million. That's a crazy amount, and even then, towards the end, the set caught fire. And they've had Mardi Gras masks, they've had all sorts of iterations of that set, and I actually reacted to the WrestleMania 38 set this morning.
Let's make some magic.
Wow.
Make it happen. Heads on a swivel, boy!
How many takes? And this set gives the way for some of the most beautiful pyrotechnic displays you have ever seen, and some of the most elaborate entrances you will see. You have entrances like Triple H from the past. You have Undertaker's entrances, which have lasted about an hour. No, that's an exaggeration, but at least now you know where the joke came from. Speaking of Undertaker, there was one thing that you would look forward to for a period of time: the streak. For those of you that do not know what the streak is actually this record that Undertaker held between 1991 and 2014. That's from WrestleMania 7 to WrestleMania 30. The man has really only missed 2 WrestleManias within that span of time. And he was undefeated, taking on challenger after challenger. The streak got bigger than the World Championship matches at some point in time. And of course, yes, it was broken by Brock Lesnar in 2014 in a match that Undertaker does not remember because he was concussed within the first 5 minutes. Wrestling is a very dangerous thing, trust me.
I mean, I was gone, man.
And just for fun, in case you want to know the wrestler who has had the most appearances at the WrestleMania, it's also Undertaker. He's had 27 appearances out of 30, which is quite insane considering this thing happens once a year. And then everyone looks forward to this, the Raw after WrestleMania. That is a different level of insanity. The Raw after WrestleMania is always a crazy thing, and you should actually watch one. The craziest moment probably would be when Dolph Ziggler won the World Heavyweight Championship from Alberto Del Rio, cashing in his Money in the Bank contract. Just listen to the crowd. Craziness, beach balls and returns and debuts of superstars from other promotions that you never thought might have showed up in the WWE. So we've spoken about all the grandeur and all the great things about WrestleMania, but there have been some hitches in the past. The most common hitch you might find would be on the pyrotechnic side, because a lot of wrestlers do come out with pyrotechnics, and then when they give the cue, the pyro doesn't go off, and it's a very awkward moment. Kurt Angle in 2017 went through that. Kofi Kingston in 2010 went through that. Last year's WrestleMania was a little crazy because nature actually got involved. Before the show could start, right on cue, there was a weather delay because there was a thunderstorm hovering over the Raymond James Stadium, and it actually ripped a part of the WrestleMania set, which was, that's kind of crazy. And this, in the long run, actually made someone slip on the entrance ramp, Mandy Rose, last year. I'm sorry, no one's going to forget that, but that must be very embarrassing, slipping at such a huge event. But we would be remiss if we did not mention the global matrix glitch we got last year, or the year before, I should say. wow, the vid has really been around for 2 years. That's quite insane. All the occurrences at the time made sure that for the first time we're going to get a WrestleMania with absolutely no one in attendance and it being in a warehouse. That was a very dark time. Thank God we actually got out of that. So the question I always end up pivoting to is, will I ever attend a WrestleMania? I hope to God that I do. It's such a masterclass in live event production and, you know, connecting with people like that who love the same thing that you love is quite insane. And I'd really want to experience that. You have people flying in from about 40 countries worldwide just to come and watch one event for 2 nights now. Then when it used to be 1 night, it's a lot crazier, but now it's 2 nights. You have couples coming in every single year, and that's quite, it's impressive. But yeah, that's going to be it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Put your comments down below. Let me know what you think. Subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you guys very soon. Another one. Take care. Bye.